If you are a native English speaker like me, you might be confused by Spanish a lot of the time. In this series, I'll be showing you how the most confusing parts of Spanish are sometimes the most interesting. This episode, the many Spanish question words. The verb estar conjugates as follows. Yo estoy, tú estás, él, ella, usted está, nosotros, nosotras estamos, ellos, ellas, ustedes están. The verb id conjugates as follows. Yo voy, tú vas, él, ella, usted va, nosotros, nosotras vamos, él, ella, ustedes van. The verb sed conjugates as follows. Yo soy, tú eres, él, ella, usted es, nosotros, nosotras somos, él, ellas, ustedes son. The Spanish question words are as follows. Cuando, meaning when. Cuánto, meaning how many. Donde, meaning where. De donde, meaning from where. A donde, meaning to where. Que, meaning what. De que, meaning of what. Cuál, meaning which. Quién, meaning who. De quién, meaning whose. Por qué, meaning why. Cómo, meaning how. Cómo es, meaning how is, as in description. Cómo está, meaning how is, as in feeling or condition. Use the word cuando when you are asking when something happens or when it is going to happen. Like if you were to ask, when is the party, you would say, ¿Cuándo es la fiesta? And because you are talking about time, use the verb sed. You use cuánto for the number of things. Like if you wanted to know how many students I have in my class, you would ask, ¿Cuántos estudiantes hay en su clase? Use donde for where someone is. Like if you wanted to ask somebody, where are you? You would say, ¿Dónde está? And since you are asking them where they are, you use the verb estar. Use de donde to ask somebody where they are from. Like, to ask somebody, where are you from? You would say, de donde eres. And since we are talking about origin, we use the verb sed. You use a donde to ask somebody where they are going. Like, if you want to ask somebody, where are you going? You would say, a donde vas? And since we are talking about where somebody is going, use the verb id. You use que to ask what. Like, if you wanted to ask somebody, what's up? You would say, ¿Qué pasa? Use de que to ask what something is made of. Like, to ask what is the bag made of, you would say, ¿De qué es la bolsa? Use cuál to ask which. Like, to ask which one, you would say cuál. Use quién to ask who. Like, to ask who is your Spanish teacher, you would say, ¿Quién es tu profesora de español? Use de quién to ask who owns something. Like, to ask who's the Spanish book, you would say, ¿De quién es el libro de español? Use por qué to ask why. Like, to ask, why can't I go to sleep? You would say, ¿Por qué no me voy a dormir? Use cómo to ask how. Like, to ask, how do you say? You would say, ¿Cómo se dice? Use cómo es to ask somebody to describe somebody. Use cómo está to ask somebody how they are. Like in the typical greeting, ¿Cómo está? Que tengan un buen día.